it's going to be a difficult song. It's not one for the faint of heart. It's not one that's just an easy song to do because it is all bar chords, except for one chord. So as long as you feel comfortable with bar chords and you feel comfortable kind of moving up and down the neck, you should be okay. Otherwise, this is a very good song to practice and learn just to get that down. And then what's also really cool, and if you notice, I'm looking directly at the guitar almost all the time because I want to make sure I pick exactly where I should. So my right hand, got to make sure the string spacing and where my pick hits each string is particular. Besides that, it's a very straightforward song. It's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different chords in terms of the progression, and you should see it on your screen. We have a C sharp minor chord. Then we have G sharp minor, so it's right under it on the low E. Then we have G sharp 7. Then we have an A major, just up one more fret. Then we have E major, and then back to G sharp minor. And then we cycle through it again. So that said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time saying where to put the fingers and everything because it's very straightforward with bar chords where your fingers are going to go. So what I am going to do is have the chord shapes up on the screen as I talk about it. Okay, so the very first chord, C sharp minor, we have this on the 4th fret position, and you should have your first finger kind of barring from the A string downward, then your other fingers will come in. And here what I'm playing is the A string, B string, D string. So it sounds like this. What's also very important is the rhythm. And the best way I can think of the rhythm to describe it is think of Ed Sheeran. Dun, 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 dun. You know that intro to that song? That's exactly the same sort of rhythm here for the guitar anyway. So it's this kind of idea. And again, it's okay if you look at the strings and you have to physically look to make sure you're picking the right spot. But again, if you want to learn really good sort of right hand technique in terms of picking hand technique, definitely, try to use the muscle memory here to learn it. Right under that is G sharp minor. And so just for that first chord, we play that twice with A string, B string, D. So it's A, B, D, A, B, D, right? So like that. And then we do G sharp minor, which is low E, G, A. So it sounds like this. And then immediately we go into G sharp 7, which sounds like this. So for that chord, the G sharp 7, we pick the low E, G, D string. So all together, very, very slow, it's just going to be those first 3 chords. So here we go. Okay, and then the next 3 chords, we just move up one more fret, and we have A major as a bar chord here. And this one we play the low E, G, A string. Like that. We play through it twice. And then we go to the E major, which is not a bar chord, but still we gotta go down here. And that one we play exactly the same way, low E, G, A. And then immediately we go to G sharp minor, just like we did earlier, and we play the low E, G, A. So it's really just, as you can tell here, it's just kind of a cycling sort of idea. And the rhythm is really the hardest part in making sure your right hand is doing what it's supposed to. If you're used to bar chords already, you should feel comfortable at least fretting the bar chords, meaning that you have adequate strength when you're doing them. If you have trouble doing bar chords, I do suggest checking your thumb technique. That's usually what's off for a lot of students I've had, where their thumb technique is like totally bonkers, and they don't have enough pressure on the back of the neck to act as to give enough force for the front or the first finger here. Another thing I do with bar chords sometimes is, instead of using this flat side, I'll use kind of this edge of my finger. I'll roll it just a little bit, because this is where the bone is on the top of your first finger. And so I kind of just roll that a little bit, and that gives me just perfect amount of pressure to be able to push the strings down. So now let's play through this whole entire progression one time very, very slow, and then we'll play it up to speed. So here's what it sounds like. Okay, and then up to speed, it sort of sounds like this. I'm not exactly sure how fast it is, but something like this. If you don't want to use bar chords, easiest thing would be kind of just playing chords and using a capo. And you can use a capo here on the 4th fret, and you can play the chords as chords and strum. If you put the capo here on the 4th fret, you would basically be playing an A minor chord, then E minor to an E7, and then we play B F, and then C to E minor. So say if you were going to do a cover where you want to strum along or play this on acoustic, that's what I would do. So you could put the capo here on the 4th fret, and you can play along to it like this. So again. That's what I would do. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this lesson helps you out. If you have any questions or any requests at all, by all means leave them in the comment section below. And thank you so much. I hope everybody is doing well. Be safe and be good. Thank you.